Hello and welcome to Team Foxtrot's presentation on facial recognition, cutting-edge technology and a threat to individual privacy. I'm Payton Duwe.
I'm Holly Roman.
I'm Erin Burrows.
I'm Samuel Bella.
Facial recognition technology is one of several methods known as biometric identification systems. The technology can examine the physical features of the human face and attempts to uniquely distinguish one individual from a pool of billions. Other older and more common biometric identification systems include fingerprint scanning, iris and retina scanning, and voice recognition. However, facial recognition technology seems to elicit significantly more controversy. Our group chose this topic because we believe that, as with most innovative technologies, one must analyze the potential benefits, costs, and threats. As it becomes increasingly more prevalent, we wanted to investigate how the authorities, business leaders, and our peers perceive facial recognition technology. Our research questions include: what are the benefits and future applications of this technology? How does the technology threaten individual privacy? And how does the public feel about being tracked both on social media and in the physical world?
Our group researched, collected, discussed, and analyzed numerous publications regarding the topic of facial recognition technology, including, but not restricted to, content from the mainstream media, technology journals, government websites, and various social media platforms. Furthermore, we conducted a survey to gain insight into the public's knowledge of and sentiment towards the topic. Our primary obstacle in collecting the data was our lack of resources with which to offer incentives so that we could survey a larger sample of the population. With only 32 participants, we can still apply the central limit theorem to our findings, but feel that our results would be more robust had we surveyed a larger and more diversified sample. In 2016, 3.8 billion people took to the skies. Almost half the world's population boarded a plane for either domestic or international travel. Many airports across Europe have implemented facial recognition systems to save passengers time and drastically cut labor costs. According to The Independent, biometrics will ultimately replace all forms of travel documentation with unique physical attributes being scanned at every airport checkpoint. The goal is to move passengers onto the aircraft as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Many view time as their most valuable resource, and the efficiency and expedition of the implementation of facial recognition in airports provides travelers it is invaluable. The newly released iPhone X includes facial recognition features that allow consumers to unlock their phones and complete payments. But what are the potential future applications of the innovative technology? Marketers have been tracking customers on social media and other online content for decades. However, with the help of facial recognition technology, marketers are now hoping to track activity in retail stores as well. According to techmergers.com, facial recognition cameras would be installed at the business entrance, which would recognize customers as they enter. Simultaneously, the customer would receive a notification of a customized deal to their smartphone based on his or her Facebook like history.
While the population has grown accustomed to systems such as CCTV being implemented for security purposes, being identified and monitored for big business or other partisan incentives may seem overly intrusive. George Orwell's 1984 illustrates fears that are undoubtedly materializing in 2017. NBC News elaborates on the sentiment.
It means that I can identify you and know where you are going in public. I can report and keep that information, and you don't know what's happening. I know where you are. I know whether you've just visited a protest rally. I can identify everybody at that protest rally, and I can keep records of that. It has a chilling effect.
Even peaceful oppositional political activity could pose a serious threat as individuals fear being identified and reprimanded or worse. A short documentary by the BBC called Click, Online Voting with Facial Recognition, includes an interview with Mike Summers, the program manager at Smartmatic, who is designing an application that will allow people to vote using a selfie. The company claims the app will enable disabled people and overseas residents to vote without needing to be present at the polling stations. But if the technology were to be hacked or seized by a foreign government, terrorist organization, or even a local totalitarian government or party, the consequences would be disastrous. As programmers continue to develop the software, facial recognition programming is becoming more accurate at identifying human emotions and thoughts by reading micro-expressions that humans themselves Such an invasion of privacy can threaten minorities in totalitarian societies, since government and hiring officials will be able to identify information such as sexual orientation, mental or physical disabilities and illness, and personal interests. Companies such as Google have recognized the threat this technology poses to individual well-being and ceased further development of the technology. If placed in the wrong hands, facial recognition technology could seriously jeopardize the fundamental principles of democracy. We conducted a survey in order to determine how much people know about facial recognition technology and how they felt about the current and future applications. Our sample consisted of 32 individuals between the ages of 18 and 59. In order to keep the data simple and concise, the survey is made up of only 6 yes or no questions, and we tried to word the questions in an unbiased manner. The questions are as follows. Did you know the new iPhone has inbuilt facial recognition technology? Would you feel comfortable if public areas had facial recognition technology implemented for security purposes? Are you concerned that facial recognition systems and data could be hacked or used against you? Would you feel comfortable being identified by marketers in brick-and-mortar retailers using facial recognition technology? Would you want to receive personalized marketing information in certain stores based on your physical presence, purchasing history, and social media activity? Would you want the immigration processes at the airport to utilize facial recognition system as opposed to solely human agents? The average number of yeses per question was approximately 19, which is 60% of the sample, demonstrating that the public leans toward being in favor of the technology and its increasing prevalence. It is interesting to know that the data are skewed toward positive answers for immigration and safety issues and not toward marketing and consumer-related issues.
Like most innovative technologies, facial recognition systems generate enormous benefits but come with numerous costs and threats. Facial recognition can provide security, save time, improve marketing data and customization, and cut expenses. However, those benefits are contrasted with the cost of constant surveillance in public areas and retail stores, a loss of privacy, and the increased threat from hackers, parties with totalitarian agendas, and terrorist organizations. Our survey demonstrates that people are more inclined to embrace the new facial recognition technology and its benefits, even in the face of costs and threats. The coupling of excitement for new technology with the fear of its costs and potential threats is not an unusual phenomenon. Similar sentiments have been observed in the past. The attainment of nuclear power has led to a great deterrence from war, but the risk of nuclear weapons being developed by totalitarian regimes is a terrifying prospect, as is evident today in North Korea. Automobiles have allowed humans to commute much larger distances, but are the leading cause of death other than natural causes in many countries. The internet has connected the entire world, generated trillions of dollars in GDP, and enhanced freedom of speech, but that too threatens individual privacy and poses risks of fraud and theft. Facial recognition technology is no different. Humans naturally fear uncertainty, but our curiosity for new technology and desire to improve our quality of life ultimately trump that fear. In order to embrace facial recognition technology more comfortably, regulation and safety measures must be implemented. The key, like other technological advances, is to ensure the technology is applied for the correct purposes and to guarantee the protection of the relevant data.